And in the ongoing Cricket World Cup, the Australian team is in control in their chase of 241 runs in the World Cup final. Travis Head and Marnus Labuschagne are leading the charge for the Aussies at the moment after the Aussies lost 3 early wickets. Their partnership has reached the 70-run mark, with Head scoring the bulk of runs. Australia are closing in on the target set for them by India. The men in blue were just dismissed for just 240 runs after they were put to bat first. And this has been a very, very interesting, breathtaking, heartbeat inducing match, with the 1.3 billion Indians watching with their heart in their throats all through, whether it was the Indian innings where we saw Rohit Sharma's batting, but a quick fall of wickets, ending at 240 runs. Australia, of course, has a target of 241 to win. But India started out very, very strong with their bowling, 3 wickets down in a very quick succession. And it has been a very, very, very interesting match to watch. And Nikhil Naz is joining me now on this story. Nikhil, it has been a day of, thugdhaki, as they say, for every Indian and Australian, I suppose, watching this match. What are we looking at right now? How strong are Australia's chances, and what are we saying about India's chances in this match?
Well, let me tell you a very interesting bit as we speak right now. This is the 27th over, 24th over, I beg your pardon. And at this stage, if you do a comparison of both teams, it's a dead heat. At this stage, exactly, India were 126 for 3. And Australia is exactly that at this very stage at 126 for 3. So there isn't much to choose from when it comes to the batting order and the situation that the two teams find themselves in at the 24th over. So I'd call it a dead heat as of now. However, going forward, what does the prospect of an India victory looks like? You'd have to say that at this moment, you'd have to give Australia that slight edge, simply because they know the target that they're chasing. India, when they were 126 for 3, did not know which way to bat. Should they be attacking? Should they be on a defensive? Because they did not know what would be an ideal total. Compare that to Australia, they know exactly what they are chasing at the moment. The other thing, we did see that the pitch was really dry. It was a bit double pace when the Indian team was batting. It seems to have eased up a bit, and you were expecting that once the sun went down, when the conditions cooled down, the pitch would have eased. Maybe there is a bit of dew at the ground, which will help the ball come onto the bat slightly better as compared to what the Indian batters had to deal with. So this particular partnership that's happening between Marnus Labuschagne as well as Travis Head, I think that's taking Australia closer to that victory. Having said that, you never know. One partnership breaker, one delivery is all you need to break a partnership. And then we've seen the Australian lower order sometime panic. There has been a situation where Glenn Maxwell has played once in a lifetime inning, but he does not do that consistently. So you could then get into that shaky middle order of Australia. But as of now, I'd have to give that slight edge to Australia, simply because the conditions seem to have eased up a bit and don't know exactly the target that they're chasing.
Well, Nikhil, we've seen the current run rate, or what I'm watching on the screen in front of me right now. The current run rate seems to be at around 5.2, even though Australia actually requires about 4.3 as a run rate to win. So India's chances, we've been sitting here all day with our fingers crossed, of course. But as you just said, we're seeing a slight change in the pitch. We're seeing a slight change in the way the ball is coming onto the bat. What would you say were the top, let's do this points in this match so far, where, everybody just held their breath for a second and then thought, well, this is it. This is going to be the game changer.
Well, at the moment, there hasn't been any one particular point as such. This has been a topsy-turvy match that we've seen so far. You've had India dominate on certain occasions. You've had Australia dominate on other occasions. As I said, where it stands right now, you're talking about the net run rate that they're going at. I think that's a very healthy net run rate. Now, that's the advantage that Australia has. They know exactly what they're chasing. The required run rate, as you mentioned, is somewhere around 4. And that, I would say, is in the comfort zone for any team. So they're not going to bother about the net run rate. And if the Indian team is going to look at curtailing the Australian team to ensure that the net run rate comes into play, well, then you're looking at a losing battle. I don't think India can win it like that. The only way India can win this match is if they were to get the remaining 7 wickets. If this match goes the distance, then you could be pretty much certain that it's Australia that's going to win this game. So wickets have to be crucial because of the total that India said is not really that big. And as I said, the only reason I'm giving Australia that slight edge is because the conditions seem to have eased a bit.
All right. Thank you very much, Nikhil, for joining us with that analysis. Of course, we've been watching very closely. Every ball is being closely followed by every Indian today. And it's been a cracker of a match so far, and we're looking forward to what happens next.